Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fascination. This is going to be a health talk um, about my arm. This is shingles, and I just thought maybe it was just a rash at first. It looks like a rash, um, but it's shingles. So I have to be isolated. I'm just sitting to be comfortable. That's why I'm sitting like this. Sitting to be comfortable is a good thing. I can't be around nobody. Has to be, has to be all cleared up. So later, Rob has to go and and I'll only be on prednisone for 5 days. I asked a question. I'm like, will the prednisone make me gain weight? Because I don't want to gain weight. They're like, no, because you're only going to be on it for 5 days. And then there's another medication, you know. So there's two medications I'll be on for this, and the prednisone being a steroid. Isolation for a while. It itches. It doesn't really burn, but it does itch. So when I take a shower like I did today, I pat. I did pat it dry, so I'll have to have Rob wash my towel. So I've been very careful not to scrape across it. The ER doctor took his finger and went like that, gloved, but went like that. I was like, oh, that hurts. He's like, so it is painful. I'm like, yeah, when you go like that across it. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, you haven't been scratching. I refuse to scratch this because if you scratch that, it's only going to get worse. And he's like, okay. So, anybody that I have sent anything to, you got that before I broke out. So don't worry about it. You will not get shingles. They're like, have you been exposed to anything lately? Like chemicals? Have you been out anywhere that has chemicals? My son works at Tractor Supply, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or if it was any laundry detergent. Did you know if you have that much of a sensitivity to laundry detergents, soaps, and lotions, it can give you shingles? Did you know that? Oh my gosh. So I always have to be like extremely freaking careful about everything that I'm around. I told him, like for the hand, I did put some squalene oil on there. And it did help. The Juvia's Place squalene oil did help with this. Try not to just use that middle finger. Although it is a good pointer. Like squalene oil? And I'm like, yeah, squalene oil. Basically, it's for your face. But, y'all, I've got reviews to do. Am I going to be able to put makeup on my face? I don't know. I might have to delay those reviews or opening any of those until after. So when I post this I post this on YouTube and TikTok. So Marjorie over on TikTok, Miss Marjorie. Let's wait until the shingles clear up because even though it's not on my face, thank goodness, I'm going to have to super sterilize my brushes and so that there's no chance of anything, getting to my brushes like that. Although I don't really like that It Cosmetics foundation brush that much, although I will just like stipple my makeup with that. But Shingles. It is very serious. It's considered to be the inside out version of chickenpox, so the doc confirmed with something I already knew. And I'm like, I've seen shingles before. I'm like, my oldest daughter, Kendra, had shingles when she was little. It's like, what? I'm like, I know it's a rare case for a child to have shingles. I'm like, but she broke out in shingles. Like, oh. I'm like, and it didn't look like this. And I mean, maybe a little bit of this part. It looked like that a little bit, but it didn't have the raised bumps, but it was shingles nevertheless. And hers was flaming hot. This is not probably because I keep my arm cooled off. And that's why it's not flaming. So it is a contagion when it's in the stage that it's in right now on me. So if you find you have an irregular rash, please make an appointment with your doctor, with your primary. They might refer you to a dermatologist after that, which I do have to see a dermatologist after this. I'm not scratching this because I don't want my arm all scarred up, right? That's the best thing to do. You know, you're not supposed to scratch the chicken pox. You're not supposed to scratch the shingles. So, like, I've been looking at my face. I'm like, okay, what about right there? No. Can I do my hair? Probably not for a while. Not until this is cleared up, which will probably be, see, today is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday, I could probably do my root touch-up, which badly fucking needs it. Meanwhile, I was working on my knitting while I was sitting in the little examining room, and, you know, they had the door open. Oh, an ER story, right? So this lady, she's brought in on the ambulance from, was it Salem Township? Something like that. Anyway, wherever she came from. She was complaining. She said, oh, my arm hurts, my arm hurts, my arm hurts. And then the guy's like, we'll get you back there in a few minutes. Just be calm. Motherfucker. She was cursing. She was cursing. And then I was filling out a little paper thingy, like, you know, and she's just sitting there. Oh, my arm hurts. You motherfuckers ain't helped me for shit. Oh. My arm. Right? And the guy's asking me what's, you know, when he sits me down to like do the whole thing before this is put on, he's like, so what's wrong? So what's wrong today? I'm like, my arm hurts. And like, I pulled the jacket away from my arm. I'm like, but at least I'm not complaining. And she starts to say some stupid shit in the waiting room. And she gets on the phone. Lo and behold, the arm that supposedly hurts is the arm that she's holding her phone with. She's like, oh, I wanted them to take me over to the other ER, not this one. They always bring me here. Bitch, if you live closer to that one, that's the one they're taking you to. They're not going to say, oh, we're just going to magically take you 30 miles out of the way because that's what you wanted for your addiction. Oh, my God. She gets up, she's walking around, she sits down, and she's like, oh, my chest, my chest, my chest. Oh, my arm, my arm, my arm. And the guy's like, I'll be with you in a few minutes to take you back there. Right now, I'm helping this lady. And I'm like, and I dare her to say, white. Are you going to help that? I'm like, white people don't wear a medicine bag from the tribes unless they have indigenous in them. Oh, she went quiet on that one. Miss Loudmouth went quiet on that one. And, oh my God. The amount of stupid from these drug addicts, right? I was like, the nurse, she calls me in. I'm like, damn, how much meth is that woman on? She's like, I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm like, I've seen worse, but that was just ridiculous. Like cussing people out and everything because she didn't get her way. And she was still giving people problems when I was leaving. Like, entitled people, let's just put it that way. She was acting very entitled, like, oh, everybody should just tend to her and fuck everybody else. That was her attitude. And I'm thinking to myself, she belongs in a psych ward for her mental acuities, for her attitude, for the way she's behaving, because drugs can make you psychotic. I've seen that in people. It makes them psychotic. And yeah, that was pretty messed up. So anyway, they did give me some prednisone at the hospital to start taking out the infection that's in my arm. Isolate, isolate, isolate. Stay away from people. They will have to knock and bring me my plate. Be like, here you put it back over them, knock and be like, okay, there's my plate. Maybe they should just run and get some paper plates. That's an idea. That's always a good idea. Anyway, my shoulder hurts still. It does. It still hurts. But not as bad. Like the tension is starting to go down in it. But I think today I might just take a nap. I might just. And then do some editing. But y'all, there was a white lady that they had in the ER that was brought in by ambulance. And she started acting the way the other lady was acting. And I'm like, oh my God, like, really? Like, yeah, she's probably just another one searching for, her fix. It's sad in this day and age how people are addicted to meth or anything out there that they can get addicted to. So yeah, that's pretty sad, but I'm not addicted to shingles. I want this to be like the big old spray can of bitch be gone. That's what I want. I just want this to be gone. They're like, well, you're in a pretty good mood. Because I'm just sitting there knitting. And I was not letting it touch my arm. So that's important. So they're like, oh, yeah. Just like, you can't be near nobody. Isolated. All by myself. Think about that song. All by myself. I don't want to be. Now that's going to be stuck in your head. Hey, at least I can be in good humor, right? I can be in good humor. I did almost mail out when my winner had won. I I had forgot to put something in. I was like, oh crap. But then I started breaking out and I hadn't sent it to her. I had boxed it up before the breakout and moved it before the breakout. And I have not touched it since. Now, I don't know if she still wants it because I will let her know about the shingles. If she doesn't want it sent in the mail, hey, that's fine. I could always get her something fresh from Juvia's place. And, you know, the lippies, the lip treatment from Juvia's place. I thought I had put those in the package. And I found them at the bottom of my bag, right? I found them at the bottom of my bag. I'd also taken my book from Doc Soloway. I will leave him linked in the description box. Get his book on Amazon. Because if you don't live in the New Jersey area where you could go see him and get an autographed copy of his book, you can watch him on YouTube. And he's very intelligent, very kind, very respectful of his patients, and just an all-around good doctor. So, also told him I won't be at my sewing machine for a while, because I haven't been at my sewing machine for a while. But yeah, good things are coming. I'm not going to sit around and complain about it, because I'm going to give myself stuff to do. Like, take the occasional nap. Watch stuff on my tablet. Like, I've been watching Supernatural on Netflix. Apparently Netflix bought out HBO. They bought out a lot of stuff. But yeah, anyway, shingles. Isolation and shingles. The only thing I'm not isolated from is watching everybody else's content, because if I'm going to be isolated, I have a bunch of people's content to catch up on, like Mary Catherine Loves Cats, Miss Erlene, Miss Jackie Russell, Beauty and More with Renee. I'll leave her linked. Let me see who else. I haven't watched Mountain Witch Christine in a while. But yeah, she has some good content too. Let's see, I've been watching Mama Sue, which is Glam Goat. Anybody remember that as Glam Goat? That's Mama Sue. What is it? Crystal, that weird color. This crystal started changing colors. This is not a stone, this is actually a crystal. I have my crystals in here for like the very calming meditation, you know. I do that. I choose meditation over medication. That's just me. So yeah, they're pretty much, that's it. That's it. Shingles and health talk. She said that you can stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. Hey, whatever. Gonna get into some pajamas, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And I'll list some other people down below. Oh, FabFitMama, my friend Christine. See, there's Mountain Witch Christine, and then there's FabFitMama, which is Christine. Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Oh my gosh, I have to think who else. Anyway, I'll list some people for you to watch, including Doc Soloway. So, go get some really good medical education from him. You would be surprised. Anyway, see you in the next one. Bye.